If you're someone who is thinking to start your career into social media management industry, then this video is right fit for you. You can start your journey within these 21 days and can get your first client. So I have been into this industry from past 6 years, and in this video I'll be telling everything from the scratch, what things I did to reach at this level where I'm making 6-figure out of the same every single month. So first of all, please be ready with your notebook and pen, because the things that I'll be telling you in this video, I really want you to execute that thing, because with every step you would be getting one task so that you can start your journey within these 21 days and can get your first client. So for first 5 days you would be focusing on building your foundation, that is from day 1 to day 5. Building the foundation of your business, where you have to take 2 decisions. So first is you have to choose the platform regarding which you would be providing the service. For example, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. So just focus on one platform rather than the multiple platform to avoid the chaos. Again, everyone wants to work with a person who is expert into one platform rather than the multiple platform. Now second comes to the industry you want to work with. For this, I'll suggest you to pick the industry you're already having a little bit knowledge or the interest. For example, if you're someone who is fond of makeup, then you can work with makeup artists. You can understand their clienteles very easily, right? Because you are their target audience. If you're someone who loves about educating yourself in terms of trading or finance, you can work with the people who is providing the services towards the same. If you're someone who is fond about real estate, you can work with real estate companies. If you're someone who loves traveling, you can work with the travel agent companies, or else you can work with cafes. Again, choose the industry as per your own interest, because I really want you to enjoy the process rather than, oh shit, I have to work on this project, right? I want you to feel like, yes, I really want to work on this project. And that is something would be going to come through your own interest. So pick the industry in which you are having keen interest to work with. So that's your step 1. Again, this would be building the foundation of your business, because you would be choosing 2 important areas over here. One is platform, second is industry. Now let's move to the second part, that is from day 6 to day 10. So at this time you would be focusing on the important skills that you need to have as a social media manager. I have already created a separate video regarding the same, where you would get to know a lot about the skills in detail, so you can check these videos. So first of all, you need to learn basic designing, and that is something you can play around Canva. On Canva you will be finding a lot of templates. That's what you can use. Try to learn some fundamentals regarding the designing so that you can provide better output while working with your clients. Second important skill is editing. For the editing, you can use InShot, or else the best app that I'm loving right now is Instagram Reel Edit. Over there you can easily edit anything like the talking videos, the B-rolls, simple editing. You just have to play around again for next few days and you are good to go. So these are the 2 things that you need to learn at the initial stage. One is designing, second of all editing. Again, the tools I have already shared with you, so please try to play around with these tools only. It's very easy. I really don't want you to run around the complicated system. Try to use easy and simple things, simple skills. Okay. If I talk about the content planner that I create for my clients, so I just use Google Excel sheet for the same. If you want to have the link regarding the same, what kind of content planner I create for my clients, just check the description box. Over there you will be finding a template that you can also replicate. Just a simple Excel sheet I use for my clients. Then comes to a data, because we have to maintain a lot of data when it comes to clients' photos, videos, right? And other than that as well, in terms of the content planner, so I use Google Drive for the same. See, if you really want to charge high in the market, then one skill you need to have that no one would be telling you, that is start being organized and start maintaining all the data from the scratch, from the initial stage of your career. That is what high ticket clients pay for. They really want everything to be organized and at a systematic order. They want to work with a person who follows the system, not someone who is just messing around. So that is something you really need to maintain if you want to work with a high ticket client. I'm here with my notes. So we were discussing about the skills part. So one of the most important skill is writing. Again, when it comes to the writing over the Instagram, of course you would be just writing the caption, but when it comes to LinkedIn, your writing needs to be great. You can easily write a great caption using ChatGPT, but I always say this one thing, and that's what I'm repeating again. Everything depends on your research. Of course, through ChatGPT, you can make the caption presentable, but again, what you would be covering over there, the messaging, the thought process, the outcome, that should be going to come through your research. Like after reading your caption, the person should feel that kind of relatability. Then only they would be sharing that content with someone else, and that's how the Instagram metrics work. So you have to focus a lot on the research part. See, there are only few skills that makes you stand out amongst the ordinary social media manager. If you really want to become an extraordinary person into your industry, you just have to differentiate yourself into some skills that will make you stand out, like your research, the way you maintain your data, the way you keep everything organized, your communication, your analytical skills. So this is something that will make you an extraordinary social media manager in the crowd. And for the same, you can charge high amount of money into the same industry. Last come, as I've already discussed about analyzing. So you have to be good in terms of analyzing the data, because Instagram keeps on changing, algorithm keeps on changing. So you just have to adapt yourself with the market, and that's what you can do through your analytical skills. So after this, we would be moving to the next step, one of the most important, working on your portfolio. So from day 11 to day 15, we have to work on building a solid portfolio, and should include the work samples regarding the industry you want to get the clients for. So over here, I will suggest you to get some beta clients towards the industry you want to get the clients for. For example, if you're someone who is interested in working with makeup artists, right? So just try to do cold outreach to some makeup artist pages. You can say something like this: I'll be providing you free work for next 15 days. In the return, I would like to have a testimonial or a written feedback. Anything they can offer, you can just have that thing. No one would going to say no, because again, you are providing free services. So if you are doing outreach to around 5 people, out of that there would be one person who would be going to say yes to this thing, right? So what you can do, whatsoever samples you would be creating for them, you can just add on those samples into your portfolio, plus whatsoever feedback or testimonials you would be getting in return, you can just place that thing into your portfolio. So this is how you can create a solid portfolio for yourself. I always recommend to go for a beta client. Please don't create vague samples or a fake accounts. I don't recommend you that. Just go for some beta clients, at least 3 clients. Try to have into the same industry in which you are looking to work. But if you're finding difficult that thing, then that's okay. You can just have 3 clients into different industry as well. That's totally okay, because you're just getting started. Okay, so that's how you would be creating your portfolio. Add those work samples. If I'll talk about work samples, add the reels that you have edited, add the graphics that you have designed, your captions, the hashtags that you have used, the keywords, everything, so that whosoever would be seeing your work sample, that person can easily trust on you. And this is how you would be building the credibility at the initial stage, because right now you won't be having the solid Instagram profile, but when it comes to the portfolio that you would be creating, that's what would be a solid profile for you at the initial stage of your career. Then comes to the next step, that's your last one. So from day 16 to day 20, we would be just covering one part, that is finding the client. So over here, again, what you need to do once you are ready with your portfolio, one thing I have missed, that is create your service packages as well. I'll recommend you to create 2 packages, not multiple packages. One package can include around 3 content pieces, or another package can include around 5 content pieces. Accordingly, like you can create number of stories you would be posting, number of carousels, reel editing, captions you would be writing, all of that you can include into those 2 packages. Now when it comes to the pricing, I never suggest people, okay, go and charge for your worth. At the initial stage, you are just getting started into this industry, having zero experience. So of course, charging very high would be difficult, right? So I don't want to give you anything vague in this video. I got started into this industry 6 years back. The first client that I closed was worth around 15,000 rupees. Yes. So again, whatsoever pricing you would be deciding, that's okay. With the time period only you would be getting confident, and then only you can raise your price, right? So at the initial stage, create 2 packages. Again, differentiate into like 3 posting and 5 days posting. Second of all, after 3 clients, you can increase your price by 5 to 10%, whatsoever you would find yourself comfortable with. But I always recommend to, increase the price after 3 clients. Why? So that's what going to give you the confidence. A part of that, this is the right strategy to increase your pricing rather than just doing 10x. Okay. So that's the same strategy I have followed for myself, and that's what you can also follow for yourself. Next, the last part that we were discussing was how to find the clients. When it comes to finding the clients, it's a very simple strategy. Again, the same thing, the way you have found the beta clients, you would be doing the same strategy, doing the cold outreach over the Instagram. So what you can do, you can just take around 20 accounts on a daily basis and can reach out. Please try to test different messaging styles. Don't try to follow the same style. After some time, you would get to know what's working for you and what's not. So 20 to 25 DMs on a daily basis, that's what you need to do on a consistent basis regularly. Next that you can do is you can join Facebook group. There are a lot of people who keeps on hiring social media managers. So again, your choice. If you want to work as a freelancer, you can go in the Facebook group and can approach the people for the freelancing, or there are a lot of agencies who keep on hiring the social media managers. If you want, you can work with them as well for a short period of time to to get the experience about how this whole industry works, because again, working with an agency can give you a better experience than working individually as a freelancer. So that would be your choice. Whatsoever you would be finding more flexible for yourself, that's what you can opt for. So that's the simple roadmap that you need to follow. So all the best into your journey, and if you face any difficulty, please drop your questions over here in the comment box. I would love to answer. Also, I'm trying to come up with a small program, because there are a lot of people who are asking me from where we can learn about social media management in depth. Is there any masterclass you does, or is there any program you offer? But right now I'm not offering anything, but after so much messages, I had thought of creating something. So within this month end, I'll be coming with something, so be ready for the same. Plus, you would be getting all the updates on my Instagram. So here is my Instagram account. You can just follow me over there. So see you in the next video.